everyone. I'm Rico Hizon, and we would like to welcome all of you to this edition of Decades Lasal. I'm here getting ready for a basketball game, but I'm sure I will get much better pointers from our guests for this episode. Let's call on Jerome and JV. Hello. How are you?
How are you, sir?
How are you, JV?
Good,
oh,
good.
tama ba yung aking pick-up exercises before the game?
So Sir Rico will show you how we warm up before a game. So first is you have to warm up your body.
All
So
right.
twist your hips and lower back.
Wait, sumasakit na yung
The next one.
ikaw naman, JV.
Sir, simple lang. Ganito lang. Ikot mo lang yung
Oh.
ball.
Get the feel for the ball.
Feel for the ball before the game. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us for this edition of Decades Lasal. Please,
Thank you.
have a
Thanks
seat.
for having
Nako, grabe. Two iconic UAAP Green Archer champions. Of course, we have JV Casio, who is a UAAP Season 66 Rookie of the Year and UAAP Season 70 Co-MVP and two-time Mythical 5 inclusion. And we also have Jerome Teng, two-time UAAP champion, 4 Mythical 5 inclusions, a Rookie of the Year award, and 2 Finals MVP. Sandali ha. Hindi yung nga ko doon sa lahat ng mga achievements nyo for De La Salle University. And you know what? You have a lot of fans right now watching this Decades Lasal episode. Shout out naman sa ating mga fans. Greet our fans, Jerome.
Shout out to all our fans and to all the viewers of the show. Thank you so much for the never-ending support that we get from you guys. And so to all the Lasal Animo.
Animo, ikaw naman, JV.
Same thing to all the Lasalians and all the fans of Lasal. Thank you for having us. We're excited to be here. Especially I'm with Jeron.
And of course, 2 very popular professional basketball players as well, right? And champions in the PBA. But Jeron, let me start off with you. You know, basketball is a huge sporting event in the Philippines, especially the collegiate ball. Tell us, how would you describe the UAAP spirit when you were on the court representing the Green Archers?
Sir Rico, it's hard to describe it with words because when you play in the UAAP, you really get goosebumps. I mean, parang you get your energy from the crowd, especially yung school-based crowd because syempre the fans that who watch the UAAP, they're all, you know, Lasalians. So, you know, the school spirit is there. So, you know, words can't describe it, pero it's really the best feeling ever playing for your university, and it's really incomparable compared to playing in the PBA.
And of course, JV, you put it out all on the floor. You give it for your school and for the Lasalian community.
Yes, of course, sir. I vividly remember my first game. The first time I get into the court, I just run probably twice, then I'm out of breath. I don't know why, but it's just the atmosphere, the feeling of playing in that crowd, schools cheering. It just really brings you to run all over the court, and just the experience of it. Can't compare it to anything else.
And of course, Jerome, before you joined the DLSU Green Archers basketball team, you came from Xavier.
Yeah.
So what was it like? What inspired you to join the Green Archers?
Syempre, when I was still in high school and I was in Xavier, you know, I'd watch sila Kuya JV. So Kuya JV was already in college when I was in high school. So yeah, not only Kuya JV, pero syempre I idolized yung mga previous Lasalians that went even before him. Sila Kuya Joseph Yu, sila Kuya T.Y. Tang. And these players were also from Xavier. That's why I really look up to these guys. And of course, sila Kuya Mac Cardona. You know, it's too many to name them all, pero it's the animo sa players na yun. Parang yung angas inside the court. What I really adored sa mga previous Lasalian players. And you know, ever since talaga, when I started watching them, I knew na LaSalle was going to be my school.
And what do you love most about being a Green Archer, JV?
I don't know. There's so many, sir. But one thing I like is, Jaron mentioned it, I believe it's the confidence. Confidence it brings to the players, and not only to the players, including students, including alumni. They have this confidence. they showed it not only in basketball or wherever, whatever the profession is. You can feel that confidence.
But of course, when you're on the court, there is confidence, Jerome, but there's also a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
right? To win every game.
Yeah.
Did you feel that pressure?
I think that's already given when you don the jersey of LaSalle. There's always going to be expectations for you to win every time. Pero, syempre, you know, those pressure for us athletes, we use that as fuel, as our motivation to even perform better and, you know, to win as many championships as we can. Because we know there are a lot of people that back us up, that support us.
But sometimes, Jerome, JV, for us, sometimes Lasallians, it is not just about winning championship, but also beating
Ateneo.
Ateneo.
That is good, that
Right?
is good.
For us, that's already more than enough.
Yeah.
Di ba? We're beating them in the first round and the second round. It's like already winning a championship.
Yeah. It's really the rivalry that makes the competition better. So, I won't say it's friendly rivalry, pero yeah, it makes both schools better.
I agree.
Universities better.
It feels like Ateneo, a school that we really like to play with because I feel that they bring the best out of us. So it's really, when we play against them, it's just, it gets more exciting. And not only for us, but you can see the crowd, it's involved.
But what is also the most challenging aspect of being under those Klieg lights, those spotlights, in a huge stadium like Araneta Coliseum or the Mall of Asia Arena, playing with a crowd of 15, 20,000.
Yeah.
What's challenging about playing on the court?
Yeah. The challenge is if you mind what the crowd is, if you play through that. It's just, you use it as energy. You use it as a fuel to play the game.
And of course, Jeron, also challenging are the hecklers. You only have one coach.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have 10,000 coaches on the stands.
Sa bench. Sa arena.
Sa arena. How do you deal with that?
Well,
How do you shut them out?
Pag kami sa lang sa team, when I was still playing for LaSalle, we just try to shut out the people behind us and just focus on the core of the team, which are syempre the management, the coaches, and the players. You know, we all just supported each other and, you know, kahit manalo or matalo, we were there for each other. And I think that's what's the pinaka-important is the sense of family dun sa team namin.
Sense of family and sense of camaraderie, among your teammates and the management. But was it just on the court? Was it also off the court, outside?
Well, during my time, yung mga teammates ko, we were really close. So not only in basketball court, but also outside basketball court. You know, we'd hang out outside of our basketball facility, and I think yun yung moments na that made us grew stronger. Na it made our relationship better.
What about you, JV? I mean, you played which season? 2003,
Yes.
all the way up until 2008 and 2008.
Yes.
At that time, was there that closeness among you and your teammates, the coaches, management, and the fans?
Yes, and that's very, very important for a team, I think, to be a championship team, the closeness, not only on the court, but outside the court. And I believe we developed that to my teammates together with T.Y. Tang, Cholo Villanueva, Meyer Hofer, Walsham, and Kua, so many others. And those type of leaders that create a bond within those team, those players. And it's really important. And also not only within the team, but also the management try to do the same thing, bringing players to dinners, something like that, and even sometimes includes families. And I remember every after game we have these dinners. Sometimes we do it in LaSalle Green Hills or in restaurants.
Win or lose.
There's there, and that's a very important thing. It builds a sense of togetherness and helps develop the culture.
Yeah, because when you lose, I'm sure because there were errors, there were mistakes in the game. Everyone is accountable.
Yeah.
Everyone is accountable, and nobody blames each other or anybody because of a lost game.
Yes.
It's always the next play mentality. So if you lose this game, just focus on the next one because there's many more games to win.
And of course, both of you have so many achievements: Rookie of the Year, Mythical 5 selections, championships. But if you set that ball aside, what would be the other highlights of your time with the DLSU Green Archers, Jerome?
Well, of course, syempre, it's the academics part
Mm.
because, I was able to get the course that I really wanted ever since, which was business management,
Mm.
so College of Business. So I'm thankful that I was able to graduate, and it's the people that I met sa course na to, my professors, my classmates. So, I have some professors who are still close to me even up to now, and I was also able to meet some friends that they're still there for me right now.
Mm. And of course, it's a very busy schedule that you have. You train almost every day, not only on the basketball court, but you're also in the gym. And for a lot of our student athletes who are watching us right now, an alumni, how important is it to have an education and to finish it?
Well, of course, education is really important. Student athlete, student always comes first. I know it's cliche, but it's really true because you don't know how long you're gonna play basketball. But academics, your degree, you'll always bring it with you wherever you go. Whether it's basketball or not, you always have your academics. So that's really important. So it's always your not fallback, but it's your main plan. It's
Yes.
to graduate and do something after. So it's really important, and don't take it lightly and don't take it for granted.
What about you, JV? Apart from all the achievements that you've had on the court, what were the other highlights of being a member of the Green Archers?
Well, Jeron mentioned it, but for me, it's really going to class. It really excites me also going to class. Not just being there and learning, and it's just the feeling of being in college, studying, trying to finish it, and just experiencing it all throughout, and having this education from LaSalle. You want to bring the best out of it, not only in the sports but also academic wise.
Mhm. What about a lot of high points, a lot of good points? What were the low points in your stay here in LaSalle? And how did you overcome these challenges and low points?
For me specifically, the 2014 year,
Mm.
because it was coming from a championship in 2013, and we still the core was still the same. So my seniors were still there. Sila Almon Vosotros yun, sila Norbert Torres. Who else were there? I think Arnold Van Opstal was still there. So the core was still there, pero we lost to the semis, and I think that's the most hurtful during my university years, kasi we expected to win, and knowing now we failed, it was my seniors last year, so it was really tough.
And after that, were there some doubts that, oh my gosh, can I still win a championship?
No doubts. I mean, like what I said, I just use those
Motivation.
yeah, the failure as my motivation, and thankfully during my last year I was able to win one more before I graduated. So perfect exit for me.
Perfect exit. And of course, also a PBA champion.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? You win a UAAP championship and you also are a PBA champion. What about you, JV? You're also a PBA champion. But of course, in LaSalle, I mean, it's not all about winning.
Yes.
There's also losses.
Yes.
There are also a lot of setbacks. How were you able to deal with that?
Well, one thing that happened during my time here was the suspension year. In 2006, we were suspended. Unfortunately, it happened. But of course, as for me as an athlete, and as I grow through my years here in LaSalle, it also gives me wonder what I would do in the future. But one thing that helped us, our team, was Coach Franz bringing that team together. He instilled with us players, that team, to be together, to be motivated in the upcoming season, to play our hearts out, to make a redemption. And fortunately, we did that. But that time was really, really hard because as a player, of course, you wanted to be competitive. You're seeing other schools playing, and you can compete, but unfortunately, you cannot do it. And not only that, the whole school was affected by it. So it has a lot of baggage for us, a heavy baggage. But again, Coach
You
Franz,
wanted redemption.
yes, so it really brings that team together to to really just show our best.
And Jerome, of course, you were talking about camaraderie. You're talking about the community, family. Who was beside? How supportive was your family in your UAAP collegiate basketball career?
My family has been really supportive of me since I was in grade school when I started playing. When I started my basketball career, and especially in college, of course, syempre, it's more mainstream. So not only in basketball, but also they also guided me on my academics. They made sure that I still went to classes despite my despite my busy schedule. And of course, also, syempre, there were also guestings in TV shows during my time. So, my parents would watch my interviews and they'd tell me na, as a Lasallian, you should have this, the standards na you should answer properly, you should carry yourself well. Because you're not only carrying yourself, you're not only carrying your name, but since you're studying Lasal, you're carrying the school. So you have to be always, proper, you speak well. So yung mga ganong aspect.
And of course, when you're a star collegiate player, there's a lot of attention on you. They want you to be in this program, to endorse this product, to be here, to be there. How do you keep yourself grounded being a star basketball player?
Of course, it's always the humility. My parents always taught me that, you always have to be humble because when you don't, that's when, God is powerful and he can bring you down when you're feeling up there. So, it's just being humble and, of course, staying locked in and focus on your goals. Because my goal has always been to, graduate and make it to the PBA, and thankfully I was able to do both.
What about you? What about you, JV? How supportive was your family with your collegiate career?
Yes, very supportive. Even though my parents were in the States back then, during my time here in Lasal, they always watch the games and call me right after. But my brother and sister was with me here. They watch every game, and including actually my girlfriend back then, now my wife, was always there in the game. So I'm very, very lucky to have that. But just really their support was very important to me. That gets me motivated to really push myself.
And we were talking about this off camera, wherein you got married, right? You got married on the same day that Jerome was playing a championship.
Yeah.
Was playing for a championship.
My wedding almost got cancelled because Jerome was trying to win the championship. But it was really a really fun day. That was I have my wedding, was the happiest day of my life. Then Lasal won. So it's 10 times.
So now we know for all the Lasalians, in 2013, lucky charm pa natin si Kuya Jamie. Kasi got married there. So swerte yung day na yun.
Wow. That was a great story. And it was the church adjacent. To the Mall of Asia Arena. What do you think makes the De La Salle Green Archers a great team? Because, you also have the other teams. You have Ateneo, you have NU, you have FEU, all competitive, all recruiting the best players in the country and also from overseas. What makes your team? What made it great?
Compared to other teams? During my time, specifically, yung head of the basketball program was still bossing CJ. And he really made sure that, we got everything that we needed in order for us to succeed in basketball. And there's a lot of factors. One, of course, of the management style of our team. And second, of course, we were surrounded by great coaches. And third, it's just the camaraderie, like what you said a while ago, the camaraderie of players. We treated each other like brothers talaga, on and off the court. And until now, from time to time, we'd see each other, yung mga binyag ng mga anak na nilang So, nandun pa rin yung brotherhood namin until now. So I think that's what made our team special then.
Camaraderie, brotherhood, and you also have to have a clear mind. You have to be in the right mental state, psychologically, right? in everything when it comes to training and when it comes to the game itself.
Yes, I totally agree, sir. And everything he said is right. But also, I believe that's why LaSalle has been very competitive, sometimes always on top because of tradition. With all of the winning tradition it has, it as players, when we go and be a player in here in LaSalle, there's like a feel of what do you call it? Parang kailangan dalhin mo rin sarili mo because this is what is expected.
Mm.
And it could be pressure, but it's exciting. It's exciting to be part of this. So I really believe that tradition and culture of LaSalle is why it's very, very always on top.
What does it feel like to be back on campus?
It feels great. It brought back a lot of good memories. And, I graduated 2016, so 8 years from now, a lot has changed. It's proved a lot. Before, I thought the university was perfect, but now it proved even more. So I can't wait to go around and tour the campus after the show.
So, okay, apart from the gym, and apart from the basketball court, where did Jerome Teng always hang out in campus? Or was it just classroom, gym, basketball court?
Yeah, usually yun lang.
See, apart from your basketball friends, did you also have friends outside of the court? Like a barkada here in LaSalle TAF?
Yeah, of course, yung mga blockmates ko, yung course mates ko. Marami na akong friends na outside basketball here.
What about you, JV?
I thought Jeron was gonna say the library.
Actually, during my time, bago lang tong Henry C. What year na-establish ba yung Henry C?
I don't remember, but I used to play football on these grounds.
Yes.
And this is when even I got injured.
Actually,
When I was kicked on the
lost,
head.
I got lost going here. I didn't.
So what did it feel like to be back on campus? How long has it been, JV?
I don't know. It's been so long.
Been a while, huh?
Yeah, it's been a while. But it just actually, I drove just right there, Taft. You can see the difference already, and brings back a lot of memories. What LaSalle has been, had been. But I'm just happy to see it, to see it grow and actually being here, standing in this new building. I'm just happy.
But where did you hang out during your time here?
Probably
Apart from the gym, the basketball court, or the library?
Sa mga canteens, restaurants siguro. Doon ako masyado, dahil I enjoy the food here. I mentioned, I think we talked about it a little while ago, the canteen Aristo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there a lot during my time. So I like eating there.
Ay, hindi kayo yung sa Pebble Wash or sa Chess Plaza.
Sometimes
I would always be in the chapel I would always be in the chapel asking for high grades.
Actually, that's good. That's good.
So, we're talking about your professors, Jerome. Who would you remember among your professors?
A lot from my course, Sir Harvey Ong, Sir Junius Yu.
What was your favorite subject? I'm sure a lot of people still don't know the favorite subjects of Jerome.
Definitely not accounting. Definitely not accounting.
Pero, you passed it,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Accounting is a very difficult subject. Ako rin, nahirapan rin ako sa accounting. So, it's definitely not accounting. Which subject?
Hirap na.
Marami. Miss Busi. Thread, syempre. Mga religious tayo.
Ikaw naman, JV. A professor or professors that would have had an imprint on your mind and in your heart during your stay here.
There was a lot, sir, but probably I'll mention one time in algebra class was Mr. Wilson Cardova.
Was my prof.
He was his prof because he didn't make it easy for us for sure. But I like going in his class, and when we passed it, because most of us were athletes then, so we were really happy to pass this class.
And your favorite subject apart from algebra?
Actually, I like algebra, math class. So
math classes. Okay. So how did you basically balance? Working out, no, playing, training, and academics. Kasi for a lot of viewers, that will be so difficult because I mean you're needed always on the court,
Yeah.
and then you have to have that championship mentality. Jerome, how did you balance academics and sports?
It really wasn't easy
Mm.
because, like what you said, balancing academics and wanting to excel in sports. It's different from just being in sports, but also wanting to excel in sports. Syempre, you do extra work pa sa basketball skills. It was really challenging, but of course, I just had to really stay locked in on my goals and just to stay away from any distractions.
Mm.
And it was tough because syempre I had friends from high school that would go to to parties, to out of towns, and I couldn't make it because syempre if not I have some schoolwork to do, but may mga games. So those sacrifices, and those were the sacrifices I made, and thinking about it, it was all worth it.
Yeah, you really need discipline and
Yeah.
focus, no? If you're a student athlete.
Yeah.
What about you, JV?
It's pretty much the same thing. Everything he said, just the focus. I believe it's just the focus on your goal.
Mm.
Why you're in college and why you're doing these things. And if you have that focus, it will be you could go in the right path and know what you have to do. You have to take maybe miss out some parties or outings, and sometimes even family gatherings. You could miss
Mm.
that.
Yeah.
So those are the sacrifices you make. But again, it's just focusing on your goal.
And now you're both professional basketball players. You started out with Alaska and then Converge. Now you're with the San Miguel Beermen. How were you able to inculcate, Jerome, the Lasallian values now that you are a professional player?
Syempre, it's the winning mentality that you always strive to become the best. Like what we were taught here in LaSalle, always strive to be the best version of yourself. So that's what I've always been doing, and always treat everybody with respect.
Mm. What about you? I mean, you came from Alaska. You were teammates.
Teammates.
You were
Captain,
teammates.
Captain,
Captain Ball.
Captain.
And now you're with Blackwater
Yes.
Bossing. I mean, how did you imbibe the Lasallian values and culture of being a man for others now that you're a professional basketball player?
Yes, especially in this part of my career, I've learned a lot. Played around 15 years out of college.
Mm.
So just try to be the right, perfect example for the young guys and bring the best out of them, and to my work ethic, or whether it's work ethic or sharing knowledge, experiences with them. So I just try to really do my part in this time of my career, and again try to bring the best out of my teammates and the team.
Yeah, so it's really very important not to be able to last in a sport, right?
Yes.
Work ethic, also a lot of discipline, no?
Yes,
And always sharing
yes.
best practices with your teammates. How many seasons have you been now playing the Pro League?
In the Pro League, it's been 12 years.
12
yes.
years, no? 12 years. And you always have to keep yourself healthy,
Yeah.
Jerome, no? I mean, like what you said, education is really very important in one's career because an injury could just totally end your career
Yeah,
in professional sports. How do you keep yourself fit?
Keep myself fit.
Yeah, keep yourself fit.
Me personally, I love to work out. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I mean,
Wow.
working out is like a hobby to me. Like I
Mm.
just love to, get my body prepared for the tournament.
So it's not just a workout, but also what you eat.
Yes.
Yeah, also what you eat.
I'm sure
But I eat a lot, but I just work out more.
you work out.
It depends how I work out. Yeah.
He does eat a lot.
First, nanonood, alam ni Kuya Javian.
But a dozen seasons
Yes.
in the PBA, so you really have to keep.
Yeah.
I mean, have to keep a sound mind and also a healthy body.
Yes.
How do you do that? What's your basically your daily regimen?
Oh, daily regimen. You really have to eat right. Starting from your breakfast, going to your training, you have to eat right. Not really a lot of junk foods, oily foods. So you have to control it. Actually, sweets also you have to control it. I don't know. This guy likes sweet. For sure. A lot of that, but also keeping your body engaged. Before you even go to the process of the practices, you do light workouts to keep your body ready
Mm.
before going to practice. So those are the things you have to do. And one most important thing to have a long career, to prolong your career, is your recovery. Have a very, very good recovery. And it could be a recovery where you totally rest or having an active recovery. So there's a lot of that. You have to really manage your time to have those things to really prolong your career.
And you, Jeron, I mean, what's your routine if you have a game in the evening? Let's say a San Miguel game. How do you start your day? How do you prepare yourself
So
for a game?
when I wake up, just have light breakfast. Then I do a little like stretching, like what we did before we started.
Well,
yeah. So I just try to.
sumasakit na nga yung likod ko. It was just a short stretching exercise.
So in the morning, I just move around to keep my body moving and warm up my body. Then I do a little stretching. Then basically just just get enough rest lang. Then maybe may basketball sa court sa bahay, do a little shooting. And just keep it light just to prepare yourself physically and mentally sa game. So that's it.
12 seasons. How many seasons have you now been in the PBA?
It's my 7th.
It is your seventh season,
now.
really, no? It's longevity, no?
Yes.
In playing the sport and keeping yourself healthy. So other than basketball, JV, is there anything else in your bucket list that you would like to do when you retire from the game?
I want to win another championship for sure in the PBA, but just really playing until I can, until my body can play, and just I really enjoyed being here. The basketball has given me a lot, not only for me but also for my family. So I'm just very blessed to have this and just really enjoying every moment of it, to experience and to also share what I had experienced for basketball. Trying to teach younger guys, not only younger guys, kids also. That's one of my goals, and so it's just really giving back also from what I been blessed to have in this type of sport.
But after basketball, is there something that you would like to do?
Well, there's that coaching also. Again,
Coaching a collegiate team or coaching a professional team?
probably collegiate team first, but I know it's still a long way to go. But this sport, I just love. I really loved it, and I've been playing it since grade school. So it's really I familiarized with it. So the love is there, and I just want to continue and also give back.
What about you, Jeron? What's on your bucket list? Of course, apart from winning another championship.
Well, right now, since I recently got married.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So now my focus is just really so wife ko, and since I plan to start my own family soon, syempre, of course, I want to also be able to provide for my family, for my future kids. So yeah, yun lang yung taga-focus ko, to win as much championships as I can while I'm still playing. So I have no regrets. Like after my
That's true.
basketball career ends, I was able to give my all to basketball. So when the time that I finally retire, I have nothing to look back to.
And what kind of advice? Because your father was a professional basketball player. What advice has he given you now that you are a professional player?
The advice that he gives me
Yes, now.
until now,
Until now.
it's just to always be ready and always, it's always, his motto ever since is always work hard. Because it worked for him during his basketball career. He wasn't really very talented when he was playing, but because he was hardworking, he was able to play for 14 years in the PBA, if I'm not mistaken, and many years in the NBA. So it worked for him. So that's what he's been always telling me, to always be ready and just give me all in sipagan ko when I'm inside the court. That's what always.
Yeah, that's right. That's the best advice parents can give. And it's up to the kids, right? To basically follow the advice of their parents. What about you? You already have kids, JV?
Yes,
What
I have.
advice do you have a son?
No, daughter.
You're a daughter?
She's 5 years old.
She's 5 years old. Do you think she'll be a basketball player?
I hope so, but I'm just enjoying every moment right now with her.
So now, JV and Jeron, we have questions, no? From our Lasallian community. And one question is, how do you stay focused and motivated during a low season, a bad season? Ikaw na muna, JV.
Well, that's also one tough thing to do, to have your mind right, especially in those kind of season. Just really have to really focus on your goal, on the team's goal, and trying to bring everyone along with it, and having the same focus on believing on what you do as a team, and it starts also on yourself. You have to do the right work ethic where you show the players or teammates that you're doing the right thing. Because if you show any ounce of weakness,
Oh.
for sure, some of them will follow, and that's not gonna be great for the whether upcoming games or season. So you really have to try to be positive and show that there's still hope, and you try to compete in every way.
Because in between seasons, you have to wait about 6-7
Yes.
months, no?
Yes.
So you have to wait that
Matagal.
long.
Yes.
So you really have to always keep your mind fresh and motivated and just continue training.
Yes.
What about you, Jerome? I remember we were talking about this in one championship season. It was very similar to what happened today in the season 86. First round, 3
3-4.
wins,
Yeah.
4 losses, and then you racked up a winning
We had
streak.
a good streak in the second
Oo,
round.
oo.
Then finals, we also lost game 1,
Mm.
but we won games 2. Similar to the latest championship
Yeah.
that we had.
What was it like after the first round? 3-4. I'm sure you were mid-table. You were not even in Final Four view. How did you motivate yourself? How
For,
did the coach and management staff motivate you guys?
for us athletes, we have this saying that we can never be too high or too low.
Mm.
So we always have to be consistent. And the consistent part is that we should always work hard and think of ways of how we can improve.
Mm.
And we just stuck with each other, and we just believed in our system. We believed in Coach Juno. He was our head coach that time, and we just all stuck by him, and it turned out to be great for us because we won the championship when nobody expected us to win.
Yeah, because in your rookie year, right? You did
That was
not,
my second.
in your rookie year,
We made it to the final four.
you made it to the Final Four. Of course, the expectations were finals or championship. So how did you motivate yourself in between seasons? And your teammates, how did you help them up? How did you help them?
Siyempre, it's the championship mentality, winning championship. Kasi, winning a championship really, especially in UAAP, it's really life-changing. It will really change your life, not only in basketball, but it opens up a lot of opportunities for other things as well. And, it's just, I think it may sound cheesy, but the love that we have for each other. Kasi, the sense of family that we had during our stay here in LaSalle, of course, I wanted to win one for my senior before he graduated. So, it's like that na parang yung brotherhood talaga. It was really strong. Lasallian brotherhood.
Yeah. And JV, how would you want the Lasallian community to remember you as a basketball player and your legacy on the court?
Well, I just want probably Lasayas to remember me that I'm the guy who never gave up and just wanted to really win every game.
Mm. And what about you, Jerome? What would you like the Lasallian community to remember about you and your legacy on court?
Maybe siguro as someone who gave his all to LaSalle. Like, I really love the school. And, until now, I always support the school. And, school the LaSalle will always be part of me. So,
Yeah.
I'll
Because-
forever bring my LaSallian wherever I go.
Yeah, you finish your collegiate basketball career here. You also finish your education here because we get to now see a lot of players after one season, they leave the school.
Yeah,
Right?
ang dami na,
Different.
madami na.
Ang dami na, di ba? Ang daming ganun.
Yeah.
Parang one and done.
One and
Pero
done.
kayo talagang tinapos nyo yung career nyo dito and you also graduated from De La Salle University. And that's why we're really very proud of you both, JV and Jerome.
Thank
Here's
you.
another question. And now it's from Uno Ragas, who is a scholar of La Salle. Let's listen to his question.
What's up to our former Green Archers champions? I'm Bunra Agas, Vice President for Activities of Lasallian Scholar Society. As someone who also balances both their academics and extracurricular activities, finding work and life balance is not easy. So my question is, how do you discipline yourself in finding a work and life balance, and what advice can you give to our students?
Work and life balance, not only in college but also after. Now that you guys are professionals and you're also both married,
Yes.
how do you do it? JV, let's start off with you.
Well, first thing, probably, for sure, it's the focus of your goal. You would prioritize things that would help you to get that goal and to achieve that. And for sure, that's one thing that you would do. And also the sacrifice you make. You would miss some of the things that you would do in college, having fun, some social life. But if you're focused on your goal, it could be worth it as long as you put your heart into it and also sacrifice not only social life but also family. It could still until now here in my career in PBA as professional, there is sacrifices I make, and my family is along with it. And they do also make the sacrifice. My time is their time is revolves around me. So those are the things that they have to sacrifice also. So and just to really have this career, a prolonged career, but it's still a blessing for me to have a family, to have my wife and my kid, and that's why I do this. It's because of them.
150% behind you every step of the way, JV. What about you, Jerome?
Similar to what Kuya JV said, I think what he said was, really important is to have focus on your goals, and of course the sacrifice that you have to make in order for you to succeed, and also discipline. Because I think discipline is really the key aspect here, because it's always easy to start something, but it takes true self-discipline to be consistent and true to what you do. So always remember that, and just always remember why you do what you do. I'm sure there's a lot of meaning behind it, and just stick by it, and things are going to be okay.
And I'm sure on court, no, it's not all business and winning games. Were there some funny moments in your collegiate career that you will always remember with your teammates? Funny moments, wherein maybe you tripped on a ball or something.
Daming funny moments. But for me personally, pinaka-funny is, I think, playing against my brother.
In the finals.
My brother and I were really close. We were teammates in high school, then in college. And that was my first championship pa. So that time, we never won championships pa, both of us. So, very funny dahil until now, nag-aaway pa kami sa loob ng court nun eh.
Ganun ba?
Yeah, so funny. Yun yung funny experience ko sa AAB.
So, who did your parents side with? It's your mom and your dad.
I can say that it's funny now because I won that championship. Pero if I was on the other, if I'd won that time, baka it's not funny for me now.
So, was your dad wearing green and then your mom was wearing gold, or the other way around?
Sakto. My dad was wearing green kasi he played for San Miguel under Boss ECJ. Then my mom supported my brother.
Okay.
Also, my two sisters, naghiwalay din sila. Sa green, isa
So,
yellow.
2 boys, 2 girls kayo. Talagang, they have to split their loyalties
Yeah, even
for one game.
Even sa house nun before, medyo may rival.
Ikaw naman, JV. Funny moments on the court.
On the court, it's just me. I have we call the group Sunday Club. That is Vico Meyerhofer, T.Y. Tang, Cholo Villanueva, PJ Washam, OJ Kuwa is there, and we always comes back to this memory of one game that we lost. Just Vico Meyerhofer. There was an inbound play, and I have to throw the ball up really high in the sky.
Okay.
And but we ran it in practice. Coach Franz let us run it practice. So we did that play, crucial time of in the court. Then I was passing it to Meyerhofer that high. He could catch the ball, but he did not catch the ball. He went like this. Then it turned the ball over. It was a crucial part of the game. Then we keep on blaming him. Why did you not catch the ball? You messed that up. So, but during that year, we won the championship.
Okay.
So we keep on saying, if I caught that ball, we will not win the championship. So
It was fate.
yes,
No, it was fate that he didn't catch the ball and you won that championship.
That's always his answer.
You will always look back to that event.
Yes, and he didn't catch the ball because he's saying he saw the lights of the Naraneta blind him.
Just
That's why-
glaring. It blinded him. Really funny moments.
Very.
Sibling rivalry. And a ball lost
Yes.
because of the glaring lights. Thank you so much to Uno Raagas for your wonderful question for Jeron and for JV. And thank you, LaSalle, for your continuous effort in supporting our scholars and our students through the program LaSallian Giving. And to our dear alumni who also want to leave a legacy and strengthen our animal spirit. You can also support DLSU through its several projects and campaigns. We have our scholarship programs through the LaSallian Legacy Fund. We also have projects to support our athletes through the Sports Animo Fund. And we also give opportunities to students to harness their creativity through the Seats for the Arts Fund. You can also help build the faith of the LaSallian community by donating to the Santuario de La Salle, located on DLSU's Laguna campus. The Santuario de La Salle is the first sanctuary built in honor of our founder, St. John Baptist de La Salle. And for more info, you may email edwin.reyes@dlsu.edu.ph or advancement@dlsu.edu.ph. So, Jerome, what would you remember about Edwin Reyes in your career? I know he's also a big basketball fan. What would you...
Si Sir Edwin talaga, even before when I was still in LaSalle, he really took care of me well. And not only sa basketball court, but also outside. So he was really my friend. Not only na, syempre, Sir Edwin yan pero, he was really nice to me and to my family. And until now, we still keep in touch. So, shout out sa'yo, Sir Edwin. Thank you so much.
Shout out, Edwin.
Thank you for the friendship.
Kaya tinawagan itong program decades kasi it's already been here for decades.
Mga bata naman.
Mga bata. O, kaklase ko yan sa LaSalle Greenfields. Ikaw naman, JV.
I just remember really the steaks that we eat with him.
Ba't ako wala ako steak?
I don't know. Hindi kanya favorite. Pero
Steaks,
we go dinners and lunch. And this is outside of the after games. Not like that. We enjoyed lunch with him. Not only with me, but also with my girlfriend then, my wife now. We enjoyed the lunch together with him. So it's really special. Thank you, Sir Edwin, sa steaks and hopefully more.
Talagang family, no? Inside and outside of the court.
Lahat ng mga ex-DLSU Green Orchards love Sir Edwin.
Okay, thank you so much to both of you. And of course, we have this final question for both of you. It's about debunking. Tignan mo, no? Si Jero, no? He can't live without the ball. He can't live without talaga nandun sa kanya yung bola. So, debunking myths about LaSalle. Here's a question for both of you. What is the most interesting or most ridiculous myth you've heard about us LaSallians? And how would you like to clarify on that? Or baka naman, totoo pala?
Ano ba mga myths?
Myths. Yung iba, konyo daw, mayabang daw, hindi down to earth.
I have one.
Okay.
Pag lasalista daw, babaero. Pero alam mo naman, ako, si Kuya JB.
One-woman man.
So, ito ba Kuya JB? See? Kami yung example na pag lasal. Sorry po. So, pag lasal, loyal tayo, loyal.
Loyal.
Agree.
Ikaw naman.
Very much.
Do not agree. You have to have your own, JV. You have to have your own, JV.
Yes, in something, mayabang daw LaSalle. Pero I will quote Coach Franz with this. Confidence is okay as long as you know you work hard for it.
Yeah.
So, and that's one thing also na binigay sa amin ni Coach Franz. Kaya medyo, we could say LaSalle has that confident in them. But because we work hard for it.
Yeah, you really have to work hard for it.
Yes.
It's not easy to win a basketball championship, hindi ba? Or even reach the Final Four, even reach the finals. You really have to work your butt off, di ba? To win a game or even a championship. Here, finally, please complete the sentence. I am a LaSallian, of course, I am blank.
Pang TikTok yan,
Pang TikTok Pang TikTok. Ikaw na muna, Jerome. I am a LaSallian, of course, I am blank.
I am a LaSallian. Of course, I eat an agno, especially kay Ate Rica's Baxilog Cheese Nor.
Ganda lon. Pupunta ako doon.
Sarap yun. Sorry ko.
Ano ba sabihin ko tuloy?
Okay. Hawakan mo lang muna yung bola, yan. Kailangan hawakan yung bola.
I am a Lasallian. Of course, I am Animo.
Ayan.
Animo Lasal!
Animo Lasal! Animo, tapos kakain pa ako doon sa Animo. Baksilog. All right, thank you so much to our Green Archer champions, JV Casio and Jerome Teng. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us for this special episode of Decades Lasal Season 2. And, personally, I'm in my 36th year in broadcast journalism, and just talking to you both, I have learned so much. A lot of best practices, a lot of teachings in this interview. The training that you went through during your collegiate years here at De La Salle University, the discipline, finishing, importante talaga ito, finishing an education here at La Salle, and the professionalism of becoming a student athlete, and still remaining at the top of your game. JV, 12 seasons in the PBA, and Jerome, 7 seasons as well. We are very proud of you. Thank you so much
Thank you, Sir Rico,
for joining us on Decades Lasal. This is Rico Hizon, your host. Hail, hail, alma mater. Hail to De La Salle. We'll hold your banner high and bright, a shield of green and white. This is Rico Hizon. See you in the next episode of Decades Lasal. Mabuhay ang Lasal. Animo Lasal.
Decades Lasal would like to thank our sponsors: KFC, Mr. Donut, Tokyo Tokyo, Morolite, and Silingan Coffee.